What's going on, guys? It's CannonPlayer here, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're starting a new series. It's going to be called CS Tactics or something like that. We're starting with a basic video today. It's going to be on types of executes and stuff kind of surrounding executes. So if we go towards B here on Anubis, there's really two smokes you throw. It's the left side smoke and the right side smoke, and you could throw this from back in that corner. You could also throw them from here. Right here is one, and then just three is another. And so that'll get your smokes left and right side. They kind of land differently. You can fine tune your lineups to make sure you get the right lineup, but for the most part, this is what people will throw. And I like to throw the back ones just because the front ones here, they're going to be able to hear you. So that's an extra little bit of info that ties us into our first topic of the day, which is the fake. So a fake, pretty much basically what it is, you're showing presence on one side of the map like you're going to execute onto the site, and then you're going to go to the other site, or you're faking that you're going to go to the other site. Maybe that is a double fake, and you're actually going to come back here late. The next one that we're going to talk about today is the double pump. So that'll be something like we throw the execute on B, one guy dumps all his util, and we wait for a reaction from the other team. So we could sit out here, maybe able to throw a molly from the CT side. If this is what you're going to see here, you're getting flash, you're getting mollied. You know, you might throw a molly there. You might throw a smoke if you have one still. And the T's will either, come through the smoke or they won't. And that's sort of, we're just faking presence, and then we don't react off that. So we don't go in off that. We just kind of wait outside and again wait for reaction from the CTs. Make sure everybody's holding the extremity, something like that. And it's something that a lot of pro teams will do. And then they'll just sit in the same spot and throw the util once the CTs have used their util up, and now they don't have a reaction. So when we I don't know what I just flashed right there. When we flash in this time, they don't have that molly to stop us. They don't have that smoke. They've already done their reaction, and they have no more util. And that's a really good way to play as well. It does use a lot more util, and obviously it's a little riskier. Now, I said earlier in the video that I like using this farther back smoke. It's because it doesn't give any info, so they don't even know if it was one guy or two guys that threw the smoke. Because if you're here, obviously you're probably throwing both smokes, and you might have to drop a smoke for a teammate, so you'll make noise there as well. Now maybe that is an extra level that you add to your game plan, because teams will hear you dropping the smoke. They'll know there's two of you there at least. Or maybe you don't want to give them the info that there's anybody here, so you just throw the smokes from back here. That's kind of what I usually do. I like to throw them without giving them any info that there's anybody there. Now, there's a smoke on B that's kind of a lurk smoke. I believe the lineup is this. That looks correct. And this kind of leads into our third topic of the day, which is the pop. So pops kind of work in two different ways. So if we throw this lurk smoke here, obviously you can come out on the left side and you can come out on the right side, and a lot of people will throw a flash for a teammate, and you just kind of lurk out when they're blind, kill a guy temple back sight, or you lurk out on this side. And you can even sneak out often, because sometimes there will be a guy E-box, and maybe there's a guy dark here, and he's just holding this angle right here. So if you full blind him, he might tuck in, and then you have time to get to pillar, or lurk into E-box and kill the E-box guy. So pops work in 2 different ways. You could throw smokes like this, even a regular smoke, because a lot of times what CTs will do is they'll see you throw your smoke and they'll throw one that's slightly deeper, and that way, you know, you don't know where the smoke ends. It's harder for you to know. Obviously you can do the same thing still, but you don't know if they're between you and the smoke, or you have a little bit less info, so it's kind of harder to play with your smoke because you don't know what they're doing behind their smoke. So a pop is used to wait till the smoke is about to fade, and then you'll go through the util. And basically what my team does, we'll throw the slurk smoke. Even if they smoke, we don't really care. We'll kind of prep the util behind it, but we're not peeking anything. We're making sure we're far enough away for nades and stuff. And then as the smoke is about to start fading, I believe in CS2 it's like 20 seconds for a smoke. So as the smoke's about to start fading, you have the molly in hand, and then we're going through. There's flashes coming in at the perfect times, and we're phasing the smoke. So the smoke's here, and as it's fading, we're about in it to walk through, flash pops, and we go. And that's the perfect timing on that. It catches teams off guard a lot of times. Even in main, a lot of teams get caught off by it. And if you do it and it works really well, what teams will do is they'll see that you're throwing the lurk smoke, and they'll think you're gonna pop through it. So they over rotate the guy off mid, and then you throw the util on one guy like you're gonna pop through it just to guarantee that they're over here. And then you have the guys go into A. And so instead of, we're throwing a fake as well, but the fake works so well because we've thrown the B pop before. So we'll have this prepped and ready. Somebody will throw the lurk smoke, they'll be ready, they'll throw the flash like we did on an earlier round where we actually did the pop, and then we throw our A execute as we're walking in, or you can just make no noise and pop into A at the same time. So they're expecting a B pop, and then we, with no util, we contact. And that leads us directly into the last and final execute I'm going to talk about today, which is the contact play. And contact plays are good, but oftentimes you can get untraded on your T side. Like, if we're walking into A main here and we don't want to make any noise, if you misclear an angle, or they have an op, or they instant headshot you, it's just, you just die. And sometimes there's no tradability. Like if there's an opper holding this line and has the shadow advantage as well, you're just kind of dead. So contacts are kind of late round plays, and you're kind of doing it off of info. If you contact everything all the time, you're probably going to lose a lot of rounds. But late round, when numbers are a little thinner, you know, we've walked out, we know there's not a guy pillar, there isn't anybody heaven peeking, they could still be right side heaven, left side heaven, back sight here, and then most times players will play here on half wall. So you'll have to do a double swing or fake flash, and a lot of times if you flash, you know, something like this, and then you go before the flash pops and take that pre-fire, because they'll be waiting for the flash to spam as well a lot of times. Same with oppers. They'll wait for the flash pop and then duck behind, so you can kind of pre-fire them. And then obviously you have all of this right side here, so if you're contacting, you're trying to keep it quiet. And yeah, my favorite is probably the fake. I like to throw a lot of fakes, and I like to play with the enemy team's kind of info a lot. Sometimes it does work out, somebody will make a step or something like that, but you just gotta remember, like, things are gonna happen. Sometimes it still works out. If everybody shoots everybody in the head, we don't have any problems. But yeah, guys, thank you guys all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what you want to see in the next CS Tactics video, if it's execute guide or something like that. I've done videos similar on my channel before. They were mostly for my team to watch as like set executes and stuff that we should do, or set plays that we do. But if you guys want to see more on this topic, let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.